Hi everyone and welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make Italian wedding soup. Now this is one of my absolute favorite soups of all time. It has nice, delicious homemade turkey meatballs that we made in another upload, and we're going to make the soup now. It's got spinach, it's got a mirepoix, and we're going to make it with orzo. So join me as we make Italian wedding soup. So we're going to make our soup. What we have is some chopped onion. It's about one whole onion. And I have a little bit of olive oil in this pan. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sweat these onions off a little bit. Wow. This is the base of a really good soup. We also have 2 cups of carrots and 2 cups of celery. We're going to be putting these in as soon as the onions are a little bit softened. Basically what this is a mirepoix. It's not exactly the traditional ratio. Usually it's double the onions to the carrots and celery. So you would have 50% onions, 25% carrots, and 25% celery. But this works pretty good for me. So basically I just cut up a whole onion. So next we're going to put in our carrots, and we have 2 cups of carrot. And the carrots are going to take a little bit longer than the celery. So I put them both in the same container, but we're pretty much going to try to get most of them in here by themselves. And we're going to cook this and let it soften just slightly. And now we're going to put in the celery. And we're going to cook this off a little bit. Smells really good. This is the base of a lot of different kind of soups. Chicken noodle soup, all kinds of beef soup. So it's a great little tool to know just to do your onions, carrots, and celery. Okay, now that that's cooked a little bit, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in some garlic. And I'm just going to use my garlic press, and we're going to press it right into the pot. It smells really good. And we're just going to let that garlic cook in here maybe for 1 minute. You don't want it to burn. Okay, now that the base of our soup is done, we're going to go ahead and add 10 cups of chicken broth. We make this out of Better Than Bouillon. It's so easy and it tastes really good. But you can use homemade stock, definitely. Or you can use whatever stock that you like. We're going to go ahead and give that a stir. And we're going to let this come up to a simmer. Okay, our soup is bubbling away and it looks really good. So we have our turkey meatballs. And you can use the frozen kind of meatballs, or you can make any kind of meatballs you want. You can make them beef, you can make them veal, is typical of Italian wedding soup. We made homemade turkey meatballs. If you would like to know how we made these, I'll put a link to the video down below in the description. And so let's put them in here. Woo. And we're also going to put a cup of orzo in here. Now, one of the things about orzo is you might look at this amount and say, how is that ever going to be enough pasta? But trust me, orzo blows up like you would not believe. I tried to put 2 cups in this recipe one time, and the next morning I had no broth. It was all orzo. It just soaked it all up. So put about a cup, maybe a cup and a half, but I'm going to keep it to a generous cup. And we're just going to stir this, and we're going to cook this until the pasta is done. Okay, our orzo is cooked. I ended up putting a cup and a half of orzo in here. I might go to regret it tomorrow if I have all pasta, but you can judge how you like to do that. I have an 8-ounce bag of spinach here. It's already prepared and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in here. And don't be afraid because it's gonna look huge in here. But spinach pretty much cooks down to nothing. It will wilt really fast. See how fast that wilts already? I'm gonna go ahead and put this whole bag in here. We're gonna let that wilt down. And then this soup is gonna be fantastic. See how fast it wilts down? To hardly nothing. But it's delicious. And yeah, of course, I did that again. I put too much orzo. Make sure you limit it to 1 cup. I put 1.5 cups and I'm already losing a lot of my broth. So let's go ahead and serve this baby up. It looks absolutely delicious. Wow. It just looks incredible. So you can season this if you feel like it needs a little bit of salt and pepper. I used a low sodium chicken broth, but I tasted it and it was plenty salty for me, but just salt it to taste. So this looks fabulous. We have our little turkey meatballs in here and I cook these homemade. I really don't like them frozen out of the bag. I just don't prefer them. I always make them fresh and homemade. And we got the spinach. It just looks fantastic. So I'm going to get a little piece of meatball and some spinach. I'm going to try this out. It's hot. Very hot. Really good. It is absolutely fantastic. It's comforting. The meatballs are tender and they go so good with the soup. The turkey, I don't know. I just love it. The orzo's cooked really good. Let's get a little bit of the vegetables. It's really outstanding. Try it. You will absolutely love this soup. It is so delicious. And with fall coming up, this is the perfect dish. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below and leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook.